In Greece testing the reach, spending breach that I made, putting pens to the sheets. Took a week to retreat from defending the breach, cause living better, doing more to only ending the beef. I need some time to reflect on the heat in order to pay back, but you know I kept my receipts. I bet on a team, let the work show what it means. When you charge it up and turn into a machine, I get the Green Bay J Love and split it with my day.
So before I started my content creator journey, I kind of felt like a silent observer. It's like I watched videos, countless hours of videos over and over and over again before I even started my channel. But I knew I had stories to tell, and I knew I had a voice that people would want to hear, and I knew I had a unique perspective that I felt like more people should hear about, listen to, so I took the leap. So as some of you all might know, I started my channel in 2017, 2018, and I can honestly say content creation has changed my entire life. And I've been able to do it by being authentic. I've been able to do it by being real. And I pride myself on that because sometimes when you get into this content creation world, you feel like you have to change. You feel like you have to be someone you're not in order to move up. But I can wholeheartedly say I've stayed the same and stuck to my roots and stuck to who I am as a person. I started out small. I'm a person that started from zero, and now I'm at 113,000 subscribers, which is crazy. As y'all can see, it took time, it took dedication, it took consistency. But you got to get out your head about starting, and you got to get out your head about growth. You just got to create for the love of it and hope that your channel and what you put out pick up. But as I moved along the content creation journey, I started to find my voice. I began to connect with others. I began to find people that have a shared vision as me, collaborate, and overall just explore my creativity in different ways. Now, I can't lie. It's been several times where I've faced creator's block. And if you don't know anything about creator's block, it's when you just have a block of time where you just can't come up with ideas. You don't have the motivation to create content. That's happened several times. I'm actually getting through that right now. Just like writers get writer's block, creators get creator's block. And you have to find your inspiration in that time period so you can start back and get back moving. And to be real with y'all, there were moments of self-doubt. There was moments where I figured like I'm never going to grow. I'm never going to be someone that could stay on YouTube for the long haul. There's moments where I felt like I didn't belong on YouTube because I seen everybody else doing such great work. I felt like my work wasn't comparable to others. Sometimes when you get challenged with consistency, when you feel like you can't be consistent as you want to, because maybe you do have a 9-to-5 and you do have all these things going on in life and you don't have time to create videos, those things will pop up, but you have to persevere and you have to push through it, because at the end of the day, there is a light at the end of the tunnel and you just got to keep going. As time progressed, I grew more confident, I grew more resilient, I was more consistent. Even though when I first started, I stayed consistent, but you know, if I had that block, a period where I just didn't feel like creating content, I would take a break and I would get right back to being consistent when I came back. And that's one thing that I feel like we have to continue to do. In life, it's going to be challenges. In life, there's going to be times where you have to take a break and you have to step away, and it's okay. It's okay, but you have to come back harder, and you can't just slowly hope that something is going to shake or something is going to come back to you or you're going to get back to it. You got to force yourself to get back to it when you're ready. See, content has changed my life in many ways and many facets that I could not even imagine or anticipate it. For one, it has built my confidence, sharing my voice, sharing my ideas, sharing my perspective, even when I feel like it's not going to be perceived well or received well. Content creation really has helped me out with that, because there's so many times where you might be coming up with an idea or you might have something in your head and you don't say it because you're not confident that it's going to be perceived well. Content creation is the opposite of that. The better you can articulate yourself, the better you can showcase your overall perspective and opinions without caring about what others think, the more people are going to rock with you because they see that you're being real. So content creation really helped me with that. And also content creation helped me Like, just build connections. I've been able to connect with so many people through content creation, y'all. I've been able to meet other creators, other people interested in creating, people that want to get into content creation, people that see my content and just walk up to me and say stuff, and we build a connection. And then next thing you know, you have a whole circle of people that you met just because you put out content and you know, have something that people want to watch and see. I think that is very, very cool because it allows you to see the world for what it is. We see a lot of things on the news where it's negative, but when you create content and people come up to you because your content is positive or they like what you create, it shows you that people care, and it helps you build those meaningful connections and lasting connections. Content creation definitely has changed my perspective on life, how I view it, how I see it. And also, content creation has helped me grow personally. The process of creating has pushed me to learn new skills. I didn't know anything about cameras. I love cameras now. I didn't know anything about video editing. Love editing in Final Cut Pro. I didn't know anything about lenses. I didn't know anything about Photoshop, but it forced me to learn new skills to keep up with the times. And that's that growth that content creation pushes you in. You got to see what cameras is out there, what's going to work for you, do research, try new cameras, sell them, buy, sell, buy. Like I done went through so many cameras, y'all. Y'all probably know because I talk about cameras all the time on my channel too, but it pushed me to grow personally. So lastly, what I want to say, if you're feeling any spark to create, don't let that spark fade. Don't let it wash away, because at the end of the day, it's in your mind for a reason. You have this urge to create for a reason. And if you just let it wash away, you just let it fade, you're not doing yourself any justice. That might be your purpose. It might be your calling from God to get something started, to share your voice, to add to this world, to share your experiences, because it's different from everybody else's. So make sure if you have that spark, just keep it going, man. As y'all know, I'm not a full-time content creator, but I've been able to build a savings. I've been able to purchase a home. I've been able to put a down payment down. I've been able to get brand deals. I've been able to get free stuff. I've been able to do all this through content creation because I've been able to get paid for my work, for my creativity, for my voice, for my face, for my editing style, for the way that I shoot. I never would have thought any of this would have happened, but I took that leap in order to get started. I ignored all those voices in my head. I ignored feeling less than. I ignored not feeling confident about content creation. I ignored it all because I didn't want to let the voices in my head stop me from being great and doing something that I really feel passionate about. And a lot of times we as humans do that. And I want to implore you to get started. It can change your life. I'm gonna leave you with this. And this advice has helped me out, help others. Start small. Don't worry about starting small. Embrace starting small. Be patient with yourself. You're going to mess up. It's going to be hiccups. You're going to have to re-record. You're going to have to reshoot. You're going to have to re-edit. You're going to have to go back, upload, realize you made an error, take it down, delete it, go back and shoot, re-upload it, re-edit it. Be patient. Don't get frustrated with yourself. And lastly, embrace the journey. Embracing the journey is what it takes. It's what it takes for you to continue to keep going. You have to love the journey to get where you're trying to go. You kind of have to be immersed into the journey, and you have to want to keep going with that journey. Because if you don't embrace the journey, you're going to give up. You're going to stop. You're not going to be consistent. You got to love what you do. You got to love editing. You got to love creating. You got to love cameras. And that's one thing I always see people say. It's like, I love content creation, but I don't like editing. You have to start editing your own videos to get your own style first. Like, yeah, you can hire somebody, but you want to start editing so you can develop your own style, develop your own flow, and then transform that to an editor if you need one. But embrace that journey of editing. Embrace that journey of just turning on the camera, hitting record. Just hit record. Don't have a script. Don't even think about it. Just say, oh, I'm waking up. I feel creative. I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to hit record and I'm going to see what happens. Do videos like that. But embracing that journey will lead you to a place you never thought you would be. You might be surprised where it leads. And just like me, I'm surprised. Like I said, I never thought I would be hitting 113K subscribers. I never thought that I would have any of this that's going on, right? And the opportunities that's been presented to me, whether it was YouTube Next Up, YouTube Black Voices Fund, all that stuff, like, it came from being consistent. And I want to push you all to continue to be consistent and just know content creation can change your life, because it changed mine.
What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder.